सब्सक्राइब बटन पे क्लिक कीजिए और हमारी रेगुलर वीडियोस के लिए बेल आइकन को दबाना ना भूलिए।
Hello friends, welcome to a digital blogger. Today we're going to talk about what is margin money. We're going to talk about different concepts under margin money. We're going to take an example to understand the whole idea of how do you use margin money in your trades and a lot more. Let's get started. Before we move ahead, let's start and understand the concept of margin trading in the first place. Now, margin trading, as we know, is the process by which a trader is able to borrow funds from the brokers and use those funds to purchase securities. Now, this form of trading provides a trader with the leverage to be able to buy more securities than they can otherwise afford at any point in time. Now, this is very important, specifically crucial for small individual traders who do not have enough cash, enough capital. So if a trader wants to, let's say, purchase 2,000 shares of a company which are trading, let's say, at 150 rupees, so or you obviously need around 3 lakh rupees straight away. That may or may not be available to you at any given point in time. So in such situations, margin trading allows a trader to borrow funds from the brokers, buy these shares. These shares, once you buy them, they are kept as a collateral with the stockbroker itself. Now this is a very regulated thing, alright. This is not just a gamble. This is SEBI regulated and it's useful for all kinds of traders. It could be a beginner, it could be an expert kind of trader who actually understand how to use, when to use, and what's the best way to use margin trading. But again, a very generic concept where you buy or rather borrow funds from the broker itself, buy securities, keep those securities again with the broker as collateral. Now again, this is a double-edged sword. You need to understand this. If the stocks you buy, they give you profit, all win-win kind of a situation. But in case the stocks you buy, they undergo a loss, in that case it can give you a harm which is obviously more than you expected. So that is why you gotta be very cautious, very careful, because again it's a two-edged sword. Now there are different concepts under margin money. So a brokerage company, they borrow funds from other sort of parties at a very low interest rate, and then they give it as an exposure, as leverage, or as margin to traders like yourself at a relatively high interest rate. Now these interest rate can be in the range of 15, 18, 21%. Again, it depends on your deposit, it depends on your profit patterns in the past, and again on your broker as well. Some part of the overall loan amount has to be paid upfront. So obviously you are not going to get every penny in that, let's say, 3 lakh example. You have to put in some money at the upfront part. That paid portion is called margin money. Then there is concept of initial margin money as well. Well, that concept can be understood like this. As soon as the account is opened, you must pay some amount. So some amount, let's say you put in 10,000 rupees with your trading account balance, that amount is called initial margin money. Similarly, you need to maintain a minimum balance in your trading account at any given point in time. That particular concept is called minimum margin money. So you must be aware of all these concepts of margin money, minimum margin money, initial margin money, and that is where you make the best use of those. You know what, let's take an example to understand this. Again, let's see, you want to buy 1000 shares of IBM at rupees 155 each. So obviously the initial capital requirement is around 1,55,000 rupees. Let's say the broker says, margin money requirement is 8%. So that is what you need to keep. Margin money is 12,400 rupees. Now, let's say you bought those stocks. Day one, you see that there is a profit. Profit is 50 rupees in each stock. So the price of the stock reaches, let's say, 205 rupees. The overall profit you bought 100 shares, 50 rupees is the profit per share. So overall profit is around 5,000. Then your margin money increases by 5,000 and it reaches to the level of 17,400. This is a happy scenario. This is all good. But let's say on day two, for that matter, the price decreases by 75, and we're gonna keep it that way itself. At that point in time, 100 rupees again is the price, is the number of shares you bought. 75 rupees is the loss. 7,500 is the overall loss incurred. Let's say the margin money, you keep it at 12,400. at that point in time, your margin money is now at a level of 4900 rupees. This is where the minimum margin money plays a crucial role. You have to make sure that you put in that specific amount of money again to keep up with the minimum margin money. Otherwise you're going to have other penalties put into your account as well. So that minimum margin money has to be taken care of. It is similar to what you put in a bank account, where a minimum amount is put in as a balance. Similarly, in this case, if you are using the concept of margin money, minimum margin money must be always taken care of. The idea is basically you can play around with all kinds of numbers. You can see that the profit was pretty high. It was 50 rupees for one share. Since you bought 100 of those, the profit reached a level of 5,000 in an instant. Similarly, there is the other side of the coin. The price of the stock lost by 75. Again, the loss incurred in that case was pretty high too. So you've got to be aware of what you are doing. You must know at any given point in time the overall amplitude of profits and losses are multiplied with the kind of exposure you have taken. Now, some of the final points that we want you to take care when you're using margin money. It's a valuable resource for that matter. Without any doubt, it's going to give you high profits at any given point in time. It can amplify your profits. At the same time, it must be used with caution because it can also lead to high losses as well. So this was a basic sort of an idea of how you use margin money as a concept, how you actually play around with it. And in case you want to have a detailed understanding of this, digitalblogger.com/online share trading/margin money is where you can find it in detail. If you want us to suggest a broker that matches exactly with your requirements, again, digitalblogger.com/free stock broker suggestion. Put in your details and we will set up a call back for you absolutely free. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching it. We hope you liked it. In case you did, like the video, share the video and subscribe to our channel, Digital Blogger. Bye bye. Thank you so much.